Hey there YouTube, it's Patrick. Today, for you, I'll be doing my movie ranking series rankings for Harry Potter. I've watched the movie many times. I've switched the movies around multiple times. But pretty much, I think this is my final rankings of the movies. At the bottom, most of you would be probably surprised on this ranking. But I think this is where it should be, and that movie is number 3, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Why I put it here, the main reason is only the fact that there is no Voldemort, but I do love the introduction to Sirius Black, who is one of my favorite characters, probably like top 10 characters. He is a very great relative to Harry. Even though at first you think he's the bad guy if you didn't read the books beforehand. But yeah. Due to the no Voldemort, that is why. And number 7, right above number 2, or 3, sorry, is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It's the greatest, for me, my opinion, greatest introduction to a movie series ever. It is an amazing movie. All 8 of them are, no matter what. But it's number 7 because it doesn't have a lot of action compared to the later films in the series. And yes, it is very good. And that's where I think it should be. Coming in 6th, slightly above number 1, I kept going back and forth with these over and over again, as I did for most of these movies, is number 6 ranked is number 2 movie, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This was my favorite movie for a while, for a long time, probably until the 4th one came out. But this movie is really good, with all the action scenes between the Basilisk, Aragog, and the funniness of Dobby. That's why I have a slight edge for this one over number 1. Alright, so coming in 5th in the rankings is number 4, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Another fantastic movie between the action scenes and the 3 tasks that they have for the Triwizard Tournament. It is a great movie. I love the addition of Mad-Eye Moody. He is a great character, another one of my favorite characters. I like the fight between Harry and Ron, because you always know best friends always fight, and that was their first real fight that mattered in the movie. I haven't watched this one probably the least amount of times, but I still put it over the first 3 movies. Next, coming in 4th on my rankings is number 6, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This movie originally was probably my favorite, but after rewatching it, it went down due to the fact that it skipped some parts in the book that were better, that were needed probably, but it's still a great movie. Very, very good movie. I was sad by the death of Dumbledore, obviously. And it was good. This is the only movie that I probably watched every day. Probably for like 2 months straight, one time a day. But overwatching it sometimes. That's why I lowered it in the rankings. But yeah. Number 3. Number 5, Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. By the way, I will be doing Deathly Hallows 1 and 2 separately, so it's not one movie, they're 2 different movies in my review. But number 3, Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. This another amazing movie. I love the additions of Luna Lovegood. She was a great character, played by Evanna Lynch. Sorry. fifth one is put here because I love the action scene at the end with Sirius Black's death, even though it's sad. And I don't like Bellatrix at all. She is annoying, but I love the play of her by Helena Bonham Carter. But anyway, the Harry Potter and Order of the Phoenix, it's exactly where I should be. Third, another great Harry Potter movie. I love the beginning of this movie, with Dudley getting all confused and whacked. And, yep. And coming in second, this is a great movie. It is number 7, Part 1, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. Why I put it below number 2 is because in number 2 you have my favorite scene. I'll explain it when I'm doing that one later. But this one, it is great. It is absolutely amazing. It is definitely better than the first 6. It was very close behind its counterpart, Part 2. But, Death Dobby was great. Well, not great like that way, but it was amazing. I love the scene with, the 7 Harry Potters. That was great. Yes, it was great. It's definitely better than the first 6, but not as good as the last one. My favorite movie of all time. Just pointing that out. And number 1, as you know, my favorite movie and favorite movie of the series of all time, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. This is the most fantastic movie I've ever seen in my life. I don't think anything else would be better than it. Movie-wise, nothing could match this. My favorite scene of the series is when they all think Harry Potter's dead, and Harry jumps out of Hagrid's arms and runs away. In that whole scene, and Neville will be like laughing, and Voldemort's famous laugh, and yeah. But this movie is great. I put it. That's really one of the only reasons I put it above the counterpart of Part 1. Is due to the fact that that scene, and that whole, like, the end with the battle, and, like, if you go by the book, from, like, chapter 31 to 37, near the end. And the epilogue was great, with the children of Harry and Ginny, and then the children of Ron, Hermione, and then Malfoy and his wife. I don't remember her name, if it was ever said in the book. But yeah. It was a great movie, the best movie, and thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope to hear your rankings of the movie series. And see you later.